We're back.
Druid! There's travel in your future when you hit level 30 and you get your travel form. You will never be a rogue, always healing and crying about your class. Hunter! You will want every single weapon in the entire
Freaking
You
game.
don't need anything but your pet, cinnamon, scattershot, and then bang death. Mage! Think you're almighty with your epic staff, with arcane power and a Zandalarian hero charm. The only problems will be ripped to shreds, and you will be nerfed by every single glitchy patch. That's the World of Warcraft that you play. Yeah. That's the World of Warcraft that you played. That's the World of Warcraft that you played. That's the World of Warcraft that you played. Yeah. That's the World of Warcraft that you played. Rogue! 50% of your server will be composed of rogues who roll their class to be cheap. You should not worry because you can one-shot someone without any kind of skill. Priest! You think you're a shadow priest, but you will be forced to be a heal bot in your raids. You should prepare to jump off a cliff when suddenly everything is your fault. Shaman! You are the most overpowered class. All you have to do is cast Frost Shock to win. Remember to keep reincarnation up, and it will take 10 alliance just to take you down. That's the World of
Warcraft you play. Yeah. That's the World of Warcraft that you play. I can't say it that fast. That's the World of Warcraft. That's the World of Warcraft that you play. That's hard. I can't do that.
You have these skills because you raid all day and night, or you have finally grinded to Grand Marshal or to High Warlord.
Oh wait,
You may
yeah,
have epic gear so you can brag to all your friends that you spend too much time playing this stupid time-consuming game. And just because you have to trigger only shows that you have no life in the upcoming expansion pack. So I suggest you go outside and ride your bike off in a pool or play with kittens so you get away and do protective work. Or was I? Warrior! You might have incredible strength and you can probably pwn somebody's face, but you are worthless without a priest. You are destined to raid for all your life. Paladin! You strike fear into the hearts of the horde, simply using your hammer and bubble earth. You think that you are a warrior. Guy who never heals. Warlock! You should be able to kill someone with a 10,000 damage shadow bolt crit. If I were you, I'd join a guild and always raid. Never leave my house again.
That's the World of Warcraft that you play. Yeah. That's the World of Warcraft that you play. That's the World of Warcraft that you play. Yeah.
That's the World of Warcraft that you played. That's the World of Warcraft that you played. Yeah.
That's the World of Warcraft that you play. That's the World of Warcraft that you play. Yeah.
That's the World of Warcraft that you played.
Fuck you. Fuck you. The fuck? Oh dear, I'm Alliance. Oh Christ. I'm Alliance. I forgot. Oh god, I forgot. Eh. Are they for real?
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it.
No, hold on, no. Shut up, no. God damn. Come on, you fuckers. Come on. I should set up, come on! Why is the Alliance vote so slow compared to the Horde? Also, you would think, with the Alliance being more friendly with the Horde, now, you think maybe they learn how to make airships. Oh, fuck me! I forgot! Not doing that again. God damn it, man. I forgot why I went there in the first place. The fuck? Yo! Josh!
Yeah?
You didn't leave in there.
No.
No? I'm sorry.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, wow. Woo! Oh, that heart attack. Ugh. Well, my nephew at home, and like they're out in the swimming pool bed, but it's kind of cold out for swimming, really. Yeah, it's kind of cold out for that. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where the fuck? I gotta wait now, because I ain't got no energy. Oh. What the fuck? That's what I hated about Dragonflight, actually. It's not like how everything was like, you know. Ooh, I got Dragon Chart knowledge? Damn. Where the hell was the reputation add-on? Oh! Okay, okay, I didn't know that. Alright. Hey! Not for that. Oh. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I shoot. Sorry, we're changing the bird. Bird changing. Yeah. It's a guinea hen. I thought it was a turkey, because we have turkey around here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-doo. Ba-doo. Choo-choo. I done all this, man. I got like all the fucking dragon shit done. Right, now we do that here. You think they would put like a flight path up here or something? That was the whole thing. Dude, our fucking electric bill this month was $175. Fighting me? I don't need a guide. Come on, buddy.
Get to use the bathroom?
No, man, I want. Oh, wait. How did they get up there? And shit. God damn it. God damn it, no! A chest key. Well, that's not what I wanted, but... Where the hell? Wait. Uh... Kinda makes me want to play Nintendo. Gyro light. Yeah, it took me a while. Boring. Oh, Zalataps and that. And how about that shit? So Zalatap now, like, I don't even wanna... God damn, dude. People are fucking dumb. Hey, boys. Yeah, fuck you. I'm a warrior. The Obsidian Boar. Okay, where's that at? Rock of Ages. I like that name. You know what I need? What do I need? What do I need? You need that on. Doesn't seem to be like an auto turn-in thing. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, here we go. Give me that. Give me this fucking add-on. Here we go. We got it. There. Uh... Okay. What? No. Oh wait, I know why. Yeah, hold on. What the hell's he doing? Alright, yeah. Fucking A, man. Where the hell is he? Yeah, that's what's up about Dragonfly. Pain in the ass to control that shit when you're trying to, like, do things like this. Oh, I mean, that fucking add-on is, like, terrible. I'll get rid of all of it. Fuck it. There you go. The fuck is that? I hate you. Oh, here we go.
Now, speaking of, like we were saying, Bill Ackman's long tweets, the guy who also defended his wife's plagiarism and in turn accidentally sort of, I don't know if unveiled the right word, but cemented in everyone's brain that she has connections to Jeffrey Epstein. This guy, so he
Who supported Trump in
yesterday,
2024? Sorry, just to add that too.
big Trump supporter.
Dude, what is up with the audio quality on here?
Donor to Trump and Cuomo. So Bill Ackman yesterday posts in the middle of the afternoon, like when you guys are doing this show yesterday, I have a great idea on NYC. I will share it as soon as I can. I was a bit depressed when I woke up this morning, but I am now optimistic. And then a couple of minutes later, he posts, "We are looking into legal issues." And everyone's like, "What is he gonna try to overturn the election, like this fair election that just happened?" Right. And then so Bill Ackman comes again a couple hours later. Legal issues concerning the potential for another candidate to run now. Now, this is obviously they want, people should know that this isn't over. Mamdani goes to the general. And he's not going to be facing just one other guy in the general. There is actually a whole slate of candidates waiting for him in the general. Andrew Cuomo is technically on the ballot because he registered under a third party that he made up specifically to be in the general election ballot in case he lost. But he wasn't expecting to lose this badly. So now he's actually trying to decide whether it's even worth running. And then you have Eric Adams, who is our current mayor, the incumbent in New York City, who didn't run on the Democratic Party line, which he won on in 2021 to become mayor because he knew he would lose in the primary because he's now beholden to Trump, so he could get those charges of corruption and bribery from Turkey dropped.
Yep.
So he's running on an independent line as well as the incumbent. And then there's the Republican candidate, the actual official Republican candidate, not to be confused with Cuomo and Eric Adams, Curtis Sliwa, who is the Guardian Angels guy, who is
oh yeah, him.
beret wearing guy or whatever.
The fucking nitwit.
Like 20 cats, right?
Yeah, he lives in a studio apartment with 20 cats, which is honestly the most likable thing about him. The Guardian Angels are
someone
known.
with 2 cats. That's too many.
Guardian Angels fucking suck. They always did.
Apparently, he helps them or whatever. But
No joke.
the guy goes around though, and this is what the Guardian Angels have done for decades, literally going around like as vigilantes, policing the streets without any authority. And they most notably on Fox News Air, we played it on this show I think a year ago, saw someone who they thought was an undocumented immigrant commit what they thought was a crime, and they literally just attacked him on air. So that's the type of stuff that you'd get, I guess, if the safe
work for ICE.
Right, the law and order Republicans, of course, choosing their their Republican mayoral candidate as the literal vigilante, and interesting. And then there's this other independent guy, Jim Walden or something like that, running, who's just like, I don't even know his deal. But so there are people to go with, but apparently not good enough for Bill Ackman, because early this morning, like around midnight, he drops one of his long essays about how he awoke this morning gravely concerned about New York City. I thought, what has NYC become that an avowed socialist who has supported defunding the police, whose solution to lowering food prices is city-owned supermarkets, who doesn't understand that freezing rents will only reduce the supply of housing, who has no experience in an organization, let alone a city with a $100 billion budget and a $2 trillion economy, and who believes chants for globalizing the intifada are acceptable, wins the Democratic Party. And then he goes, after speaking to those who supported Mamdani, I would love to know who the hell he spoke to, which, by the way, it actually might be his own daughter, because one of the reasons this guy got politically active is his daughter went away to college and became a Marxist.
And then, I think had some questions about Israel, too.
Yes. He says, I believe that he won the primary largely not due to his policies. Yeah, right. But that's something we've seen from everyone.
This is cope.
From the abundance guys to, there was a whole slate of candidates. Many, maybe they didn't call themselves democratic socialists, but people who were considered progressives in New York City who did not take off whatsoever because
Brad Lander has
policy was
charisma.
at the core. Yeah, Brad Lander. If Mamdani didn't run, Lander would have been the person that progressives coalesced around.
Yeah.
But Mamdani had better policies, and I guess
Yes.
the speaking and charisma adds to that. But the policies were at the core. I mean, people know what Mamdani's policies are
Mhm.
about because Bill Ackman, for example, was just able to check off each and every one because that's how memorable they are. People like those policies, and they're memorable policies because they're unique and different, and people support them. So he goes, but rather because he's a superb politician who ran a remarkable and inspiring campaign. So you're wondering why Bill Ackman is now promoting Mamdani, and it's because, again, I can't read this whole thing. It's like a 10,000 word essay, but then he uses it to segue into how there are plenty of charismatic policy ideas, and he's basically begging someone. Here, I'll skip down below. This is like 5 or 6 paragraphs later. The good news is that there are other charismatic, intelligent, articulate, handsome,
Yeah.
charming, young. Wow, he really has a hard-on for Mamdani, it sounds like. Everything but the policies. The good news is that there are other charismatic, intelligent, articulate, handsome, charming, young, yet more experienced, and importantly, more centrist politicians who are New York residents eligible for office. There are also extremely talented members of the New York business community who could be superb mayors. Bloomberg being the reference standard from the past. And the setup is extremely attractive for a run for mayor.
And
There
then,
are only 132 days until the election, which means the commitment of time to run is de
you know,
minimis. So basically, he's basically saying, hey, if you want to run in this election, you don't even got to care about the people of New York enough to run a long campaign. This shit will be over in a heartbeat. This will
Then you have to be mayor.
yeah, this will be the most closely watched mayoral election in decades, perhaps ever. Particularly in the social media and podcast. So he literally goes on to say, there's all these positives of running as my candidates to stop Mamdani, but none of it involves actually serving the people of New York City. It's all about raising your own personal profile, and in return, you
he
help me
fucking
stop
did
Mamdani.
nothing.
It's literally what he's saying. He continues, importantly, there are hundreds of millions of dollars of capital available to back a competitor to Mamdani that can be put together overnight. Believe me, I am in the text strings and the WhatsApp groups. I would love to be in those WhatsApp groups and see these guys melt down.
Oh my god.
So that a great alternative candidate won't spend any time raising funds. So he basically one unfortunate fact he adds a couple paragraphs later, as far as I understand, and this is where the legal issues from before come in, is that the candidate will have to be a write-in candidate. So
Oh,
on
that's
top
gonna
of
be
that,
great.
he's looking to field a candidate. Again, there are 4 other candidates at least on the ballot whose name is not Zoran Mamdani. And he is looking to back a completely separate new candidate that can't even get ballot access in time because that ship has sailed. And he's fielding this person as a writing candidate who doesn't have to run a real campaign for a long time because A, there's not much time. B, he's got all the money in the world behind him, so don't worry about it. We'll just throw money at it. So you don't even gotta meet those smelly peons of New York City, the people who live in. Let's not even talk about just the people who in the Bronx and Queens and Brooklyn. You definitely wouldn't even have to talk to those petty bourgeoisie in Manhattan. So it's incredible that he's doing this. It's absolutely incredible. And so this is what their plan is to stop Mamdani. Field another candidate who would run as a write-in. But I guess it's a little bit more interesting from Ackman's view is a little bit more interesting than some of the other things I've seen, such as this right-wing pundit who's been on Tucker Carlson's show, Fox News, Tim Pool's show, Nick Sortor, who has taken to social media begging Donald Trump to invoke the Communist Control Act of 1954 in order to block Zoran Mamdani from becoming mayor of New York. We have to play hardball, he said. The Department of Justice can easily establish communist ties given Mamdani openly boosted a communist group and called for a communist mayor. He should also lose his status as a naturalized citizen given he began associating with communists within 5 years of becoming a U.S. citizen. Now, the Communist Control Act of 1954 is actually still technically on the books, even though in 1973, an Arizona court ruled that the act violated the Constitution of the United States when Arizona tried to block a Communist Party USA from creating a new branch of the party in the state and run candidates in the run up to the 1972 U.S. presidential election. So this has already been shot down. An incredible Hail Mary to literally get someone removed from the ballot and the country because of their political beliefs. But also stunning all around, from the Ackmans to the Sortors, the guy I just mentioned, that like if Mamdani's going to be so bad like they think, and they hate New York so much, they tell us this all the time, why wouldn't they be joyful that Mamdani is going to destroy the city they hate and in turn ruin the reputation of progressives and leftists and democratic socialists all throughout the country? I mean, if that was if you felt so strongly about those things, then the combination of events here is the perfect scenario strategically for you to prove once and for all that you've been right all along about liberal cities, about the left, about Democrats, about socialism. This is your opportunity. This is like this is the best thing that could happen to you.
They were acting the same way after AOC won the primary in 2018, that, oh, we're going to use this to cream the Democrats in the midterms, and then in the general in 2020, and Democrats did well in both of those elections.
Right, but what I think is going on here is that unlike AOC, Mamdani actually has the power to do these things that he's saying he will do. Like, people keep saying, oh, yeah, I don't know, he can't freeze the rent. Actually, he can. He can freeze the rent. People don't even understand what he's talking about either. Like, the freeze the rent thing is all about freezing the rent of rent stabilized apartments in New York City. And they love to bring out the idea that this isn't going to solve the housing crisis, and all Mamdani cares about is helping out recent transplants to New York City. I can tell you, as a born and raised lifelong New Yorker for over 38 years, the people living in rent-stabilized apartments are pretty hard to get in New York City. People who are in rent-stabilized apartments, once they do get it, they live there for years, not years, decades, generations.
Yeah.
They stay there. So what this would do is provide relief to lifelong, probably mostly born and raised New York working class residents. And that's the main thing here, to provide relief for them. He has other plans for a whole slew of housing policy initiatives. This is to straight up help New York's working people who've lived here for many years and just help give them relief as prices raise all across the board, really all over the country, but especially in New York City, to give them relief in just one area, the rent. And I can tell you, as a rent stabilized resident myself, it's going to be a huge help for working families like myself, especially people with kids such as myself. So this is what they fear, that Mamdani can actually do something by himself straight up that's going to help people. Like, AOC's win was huge, and it's important to have someone like that in federal government. But as a single U.S. House representative, she can't enact her agenda alone. So, they can use these things to knock her. But Mamdani, there are things as mayor he can just outright do. And that's why they are so scared of this. Because a democratic socialist has finally been given the office in which they can enact at least some of the things they outright plan to do on their own. And they are running scared because people will like it.
Can I just insert one other element to this? Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who is a sort of like right-wing, she calls herself an ex-Muslim, and she's also somebody who was cited by Anders Breivik before he murdered 77 people in Norway, I think it was. And her response to that was, the people who failed to speak up against Muslims coming to Europe are the actual cause, and they left people like Breivik no choice. But anyway, Ayan has a recommendation that I want to second, in fact. She responded to this novel that Bill Ackman wrote about being gravely concerned. She said, the answer is looking you in the face. You are the best candidate to run against Mamdani. The Michael Bloomberg of 2025, a dedicated New Yorker and the opposite of this guy in every respect. So I would just say yes. Please, Bill Ackman. Cuomo spent $100 per vote that he got. I want you to double that. I want you to spend $200 of your own dollars in order to lose in the general election as a writing candidate against Zohran Mamdani. And please listen to these people like Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who are definitely not just trying to get you to open their checkbook and sponsor their next sort of venture in Islamophobia. They really mean what's best for you is to run against Zohran as a writing candidate using your own money.
Right. These people have no idea about New York whatsoever. They don't know about the people who live here. They don't know about the politics of the people who live here. They know nothing about New York. I've seen people say, "Oh, we're going to let a election where only 9.1% of eligible voters voted." More people voted for Zohran Mamdani in the first round of this election than voted for Eric Adams last time around. And you don't see people denying that Eric Adams should have been mayor because less than 9% of people voted in the election in total. This is just how New York, this is really how it is in general. People, most voters are sort of passive politically, and they just don't care enough about the primaries, and they let the more politically minded people hash that out, and then they come out in the general and just pick whoever their party chose. That's just how it is. I wish more people were active, but most people seemingly don't want to be.
You know who needs to be active? DSA, and that's who was, and that's why we won. Thank you to all the DSA folks who have been knocking so many doors, and that's not something that is going to want to be emphasized by the people saying it's all about Zoran's Riz. I think it's about the people who were ready to go to battle for him, and they won.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.
Turn this off, sorry.